next level.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra, Editor-in-Chief of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. Today, we are taking center stage on the Own It Publishing platform. We are doing the Authors Network Spotlight, and this is so near and dear to my heart because these are some authors from the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse Volume 3, Breaking the Mold. These superstars, I just can't look. You know what? Let me just go ahead and bring them on in the room. Hello, Marlene. Hey, Miss Janet. Hey, what's going on? Coach Carrie's in the house. And we got Miss LaQuetta also in the house. Oh my goodness, ladies, I am so excited to have y'all in the house today. I celebrate you all for this Authors Network Spotlight with Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine. So welcome. So let's go ahead and go around the room. I'd like for each one of you to introduce yourself. Please tell the audience who you are, where you're from, and just a little bit about what you do. We're going to go ahead and start with you, Miss Marlene. Oh, you're muted, hon.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Marlene Horn. I'm from Muskegon, Michigan. I'm an event planner, a caterer, whatever you need, whatever service you need for anything, just reach out to me. I'll leave my contact. A little bit about my book, about my chapter is we go through a lot as a woman, and it's hard for us to speak up. It's hard for us to share with people. And it's hard for us to bounce back after we go through a real bad tragic or anything from life. This group of women have been so supportive. It was hard for me to speak my mind, to share. So they gave me the support that I needed to just get out there and share my story with everyone. And only thing I want to say is open your heart, listen, and don't be afraid to share your story with anyone, because you never know who you can help that day or what they're going through. So just open your heart and share your feelings and share your mind with everyone. And it'll help you out as well as getting through your tragic, you sharing, instead of holding it in.
That's right. Thank you so much, Marlene. All right, Janet.
You're
Go ahead and
welcome.
go to you, please. Introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and a little bit about what you do as well.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Janet Perez. I'm based in California. I am a HR professional. So I've been in HR and management since the age of 19, so pretty much most of my life. So, of course, obviously being in HR, what is HR? It's obviously connecting with people. It is obviously, I'm dealing with humans every day. I love what I do. I'm really passionate about, obviously, my career, because it's really not just a job for me. I live and breathe it. And with that, I guess, part of being in this project and being able to write was, I guess timing was perfect. So I guess, and, you reached out to me, Tiffany, things were going on in my life. And I was like, okay, if not now, when? So I was like, okay, I'm going to take a leap and put my thoughts, and, kind of like what Marlene said, we all go through things in life, and, things that happened, a long time ago. And then I was dealing with a new situation I knew it was going to shape my life. So, just kind of writing, things that my story and getting it out there has been, I guess, like really deep inner healing. So I know some of the other authors have said that, when you start writing, you'll cry and you'll cry a lot. And I actually think for me personally, I think that's been awesome, like, because I think, some of us as women, we've got our network around us and things like that, but actually having to write about something that's happened in your life and like put it into, a start, a beginning and an end, but kind of not the end. It's kind of like, okay, it's been powerful to say, okay, this is kind of what I put it in writing, and looking back and reflecting, it's like, oh my God, this has shaped who I am. And it's kind of stepping into that purpose. It's like, okay, on the outside, I kind of knew what I was doing and where my life was going and why those things happened to me and where I am now. But I think putting it down kind of cemented, okay, this is the journey that I took and this is what I needed to do and this is where I'm going. And it's for me personally, again, it's been a great experience, and then obviously connecting with all these awesome, powerful women that also have their own stories and even to share them, and like, I guess complete strangers like coming together to collaborate on this book and just all inspiring each other and saying, you're not alone. So yeah, I think that's kind of been great for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jen. Thank you. All right, we're going to move over to you, Miss Carrie, Coach Carrie.
Hey, everybody. I am Carrie Irene Crosby. I am CEO and founder of ATV Impact Group. I also own a video editing business. It's called Stutter Styles. I am originally from North Carolina, but I'm currently living with my best friend in Alabama. Love it here. It reminds me of back home. It's very country, very laid back. I'm absolutely loving life right now. And that's the main thing I just want everybody to know about me is I do love life. We all go through ups and downs. We go through some treacherous emotional paths, but we always come out of it, have learning something and knowing that this too shall pass. Because, when we're in the thick of it, we always feel like that this is the end. But when we come out of it, we're just so amazed about the strength that we've gained and the muscle that we built when we come through something. So I'm just an ordinary person doing extraordinary things like the other ladies in the group. And I'm just very blessed and happy to be amongst such greatness. So thank you, Tiffany, for just the opportunity. I've had this opportunity a couple of times, but at the same time, like Marlene was saying and Janet was saying, when the time's right, you know it. You know it. So like if you've had that tug to write your story, it must be time to.
That's right. I love that. And see, I'll always keep knocking. I'm guided. God always says, look, this one, and this one has a story. So you know what? Keep knocking until they say, okay, hello.
Yeah, that's it.
So thank you so much, Coach Carrie. All right. Miss LaQuetta, please share where you're from, who you are.
I just noticed I didn't put my last name on my little at the bottom. So, but anyway, everyone, I am LaQuetta Walker. I am the creative visionary officer and founder of LaQuetta's Laughter. And Laughter stands for Life After the Accident, which is a little hint about my chapter. And Laughter. So basically I'm an editor and writing coach. And I help individuals, teams, and organizations to write for their reader, as well as position themselves as thought leaders with clear and concise messaging that matters, as well as I help organizations with strategic planning and development and employment engagement. And my passion, though, is the writing, coach, and editing, because I get to nerd out on words, because I love words. My son calls me the human Siri. Yeah, because it just comes natural for me. And I agree with Carrie. Tiffany is a welcome stalker with love. Is like compassion. It's, caring, kindness. So that's the type of stalker you want in your life. So I was the I was an additional editor for volume 2. And Tiffany was very impressed with my work and brought me back on for volume 3. And I am the chief editor for volume 3. So thank you very much, Tiffany. And as well as I have a chapter. So I am also a contributing author. And like everyone just said, when the timing is right, because she kept saying at our first annual conference last year, LaQuetta, you're going to be in the book in addition to being the editor. And I'm like, nah, I'm just going to edit and make sure everybody else's story shine. But here I am. So I'm thankful for the opportunity because it is healing. And it is really, like everyone just said, we go through a lot. And it's nice to see where I was and where I am and where I'm going. Yeah. So thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you. Look, thank all y'all for just saying yes, being courageous to say yes. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with some of our authors from the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse Volume 3. Be right back. I just love those commercials. I'm over here dancing in my seat. We are back. This is Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. And we have some of the amazing authors from the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse Volume 3, Breaking the Mold. So, ladies, we have introduced you. Now we've gotten to know a little bit about you. So let's talk about this experience as well. I know, Marlene, you touched on it just a little bit, but when you
SpaghettiOs.
I think Tiffany's frozen.
So I think so. Okay, human serious. You're on. At least this isn't like, she'll be back.
Yes.
Yes, she'll be back.
She'll be back.
Technology in the world now.
Exactly.
All it takes is one little glitch and just throws everything off. I guess the editor gonna have their work cut off this time. Have to snip it. Oh, yeah, she probably internet probably glitch. That's what I'm thinking.
California are having really bad weather, so that could have something to do with it right now.
Okay, yeah, we've had rain all day today here also. Oh, and Janet, I ain't forgot about today. Well, okay, let me be honest, I did forget. However, today, when I was like, oh yeah, we're getting on here today. Oh, Janet's gonna be there. I'm like, I gotta ask her about her resume. Did you write up your resume?
Sorry?
Did you write up your resume
yet? Not yet. But
you're working on it.
No, not yet. But I'm working on it. You're gonna see me. I know.
Yep. Oh, LaQuetta, did you get my email?
If I did, I didn't check it this weekend because I've been.
No, that's fine. It was just today. It was like.
Oh, today. Okay.
It was just today. I don't know where the edits went. Like you told me to approve or deny the edits, and I've seen them. Don't get me wrong. You did send them, and I did see them. I just didn't read through all of them and choose which ones because all of them were good. But I can't find the email. I don't know what I did.
I can resend it to you. That's
Okay, thank
no problem. Mm-hmm.
you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Did she text anybody?
I was looking. Nope, she hasn't texted me.
Right? I was like, maybe she was gonna text or call or something.
Hope she's okay.
Oh, she just sent audio.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and we are back.
I just got your message. I mean,
I said, look, I hope my girls are ad-libbing over here because we got this storm going on in California right now. 6 days of rain that we are expecting, and I lost my internet. So we are back with the girls from the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse anthology. Oh my goodness. So look, this is what makes us the girl powerhouses. We keep going. I could have walked away from this desk. I could have said, you know what, the storm took it away. I'm gonna just email them or hit them up on their phones and say we're done. No, I'm gonna keep going because we got a message today to share, ladies. So let's talk experience in this anthology because again, I have been part of a few anthologies. Some of them have been great experiences, some of them not so great experiences, and I have heard some horror stories. So let's just talk a little bit about the experience that you guys have had with this particular anthology. So we'll go ahead and we'll start with you, Marlene.
Okay, this experience for me was breathtaking. I just had so much to fight for. So just going through this process, getting it on paper, it just relieved a lot that I had to, that I was holding on to. It took me a minute because like LaQuetta said, Tiffany, she's she was like, you gonna do this? She kept reaching out to me, and LaQuetta was like, my sister kept saying, you need to share your story. You need to share your story. But I'm like, nah, but I had to think about it. Just me, women, out in the world, and I share my story and they tell me, oh, wow. And I think I have it bad. So just, this experience for me just helped me realize myself again because I had to learn, when you go through stuff, you have to teach yourself again to love yourself and just do different things in life. So this chapter has really helped, and these women, period, they're just so awesome. They just helped me out a whole lot. And I turned a lot around for myself within the past year. So I'm just thankful for this journey and for the process and for you women.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marlene. All right, Janet, what about you? How's this experience been for you as well?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Like I said, I think timing in life is everything. So like I said, when I was approached about this, I thought about it, and I've had a story, but obviously not wanting to really kind of share it like with everyone. But now, obviously, when this book gets published, it's going to be out in the world. And again, I'm humbled by the experience, and then connecting with amazing women like that also got stories, and knowing that obviously you're not alone, like I was just touching on before, and the collaboration, so, yes, Tiffany, thank you for kind of bringing us together. And again, it's been, the workshop, everything else that's been put together has been so helpful. Like, like when you're writing that book and you're talking about trauma and past things, it can take a lot out of you emotionally. So even doing those workshops have been phenomenal. Like last week or the week before when we had the mindset, I was like, yes, like I really need this week. Like I got to get on no matter what. So just having all of that, that's like, it's been not just the writing, but the coaching, LaQuetta reading our stories, the editing, the coaching sessions, like they've all been like phenomenal. And again, just to make any of us authors, to be able to get out and like step out, like perhaps maybe our comfort zone, but knowing that doing that, there's a whole resource there. So this team, this collaboration, the women, again, have just been, all inspiring, like, helping each other when we're kind of got those blocks on writing. And I got my accountability partner online, Carrie. So, she was really helpful, like with writing. And again, I kind of look at the signs and yes, so thank you, Carrie. And LaQuetta, like kind of going back on the edits. So again, for me, and just, I think just the sign, like getting assigned my accountability partner, and obviously I'm not going to tease what my chapter's about. I think when you read my chapter and you read Carrie's, completely different. But I think Carrie will know what I'm talking about. There was this connection. So I got my accountability partner, I got probably because of my story, So again, it just goes to prove that you're not alone, and that, some of the stories that we're sharing, things have happened in our lives that, we're now kind of like entwined with each other, I think. So I feel like I'll walk away from this experience with, really, really dear friendships probably for the rest of my life.
Yes. I love that. And that's really what this whole group is about. It's a sisterhood. It's a bond that, it's that forever bond. There are, I have my own sisters. I love them dearly. But, sometimes you have those outside, sisters that you really just can connect with. And, when you just know that someone else is out there that's been through something similar, and just knowing that, hey, I really am not alone. It turns everything around. So I'm thank you so much for sharing, Janet. All right, Miss Carrie, how's the experience been for you?
It has been stellar. Because let me tell you, this is my third book collaborative. Yes. And this will be the first time I've actually been able to be an author. The first one, it took me 2 years to even get my money back because nothing came of it. And then the second one, the book was published on what looked like coloring paper. The coloring books, like, not kidding. I'm not kidding. That real soft, I don't know. And I got my money back from that as well. So I was very hesitant when it first started, because I have known you through all of your book collaborative, and the whole time I'm sitting there like, let me see. I'm gonna wait this one out. But just and not only just seeing the results that you produce and seeing the caliber of person that you are, but also seeing the impact that it's had on those people that's been able to tell their story. I was like, yeah, I trust her. I trust her publishing. I trust her team. And I trust her judgment that it's time for me to tell my story as well. And it's been the smoothest process ever. I mean, the things have been set in place. The accountability partner, Janet, like I got a new friend. It's not I didn't gain an accountability partner. I gained a friend, and I just can't wait to see how far these friendships and these connections go, because not only in just emotional bonds, but networking, business bonds have been created. So we've expanded not just emotionally, but spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and even entrepreneurially.
Yeah.
So it's like, what have I not advanced at going through this experience? I can't think of an area that hasn't been positively impacted. So it's been absolutely amazing. And not to mention the editing. LaQuetta, like we're seriously, come on. She's the GOAT. She's the GOAT. So everything from start to right now has been amazing. And I know that this is just the beginning. The book's not even out yet. So it's been an absolutely amazing experience.
Yes, thank you so much, Coach Carrie. Look, we did our job, okay? Me and the creative team, because I'll tell you, I've been in so many different. I have 3 of my own. I've been in 4 different anthologies.
Yeah.
And I remember the first one, it was an awesome experience because I got to connect with the ladies, but I didn't have, I didn't have the growth. I didn't have the things that I needed. So that's why when I said, let me do this project, I took everything that I needed in those past projects and said, this is what my girls need to. Okay. And this has just been so amazing. Y'all brought it. And I cannot wait for everyone to read these stories. Y'all, look, it's coming out very soon. We just weeks, okay? So just wait. So look, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna move on to Miss LaQuetta Walker here, and we need to talk a little bit about the author. LaQuetta, and what this experience has been for you as an author, but also as an editor. Because once again, now you are the chief editor. Now you get to read every single story, right? And so, what has that experience been for you, LaQuetta?
It has been liberating. And I truly believe that everything happens for a reason. Janet and Carrie are accountability partners. They become friends. Yeah. Marlene is my sister, and we are accountability partners. And Tiffany said, I just put names in a hat, and it just happened. I was like, because it was meant to be. And then here we all are together doing our interviews together. So everything happens for a reason, and it's just happening so organically, which I love about our sisterhood. So my chapter, I continued to put it off of writing it, to be honest. I finally did start putting it together because I've always had pieces of my story written. And that's what my sister Marlene said. She's like, I know you already got something. Just put it together. Because she know me, right? And she was right. I just needed to put it together. So finally I was like, okay, let me copy and paste from a notepad on my phone and email it to myself and then put it in a Word document. But I kept putting it to the side because I wanted to make sure that I was giving the attention as the editor to the other authors, because I felt like, because I am an editor, true, but as an editor, I would still need someone to edit my work because I'm not perfect. But I wanted to give them the attention that they needed because, again, my story was already together. I just needed to add a little bit to it. And as I continue to read the stories, and I was a little hesitant about sharing some things, like I know most of us felt as authors. But as I read the other phenomenal ladies' stories and the things that they went through and continue to thrive through, because we're thrivers, not survivors, because we're not victims, right? I got inspiration. So I would have a double screen. Yeah, I'm nerding out. One laptop, but still I can make it like a double screen. And I would be like, oh, I could share this a little bit. She did it. I could do it too. And I mean, it's just like, smiling, crying. Sometimes I would have to just step away because I'm an empath. So I would feel what they went through, what you all went through just by reading your words, right? But also gaining strength from it because we're still here to tell our story. And it is such a beautiful thing. And I'm trying not to cry, but if I cry, oh well, because that's just me. But it was so beautiful. And I was like, you know what? It is time for me to share because I survived.
Yes.
And I'm not going to share too much about my story. You all got to read it. Becoming a Girl Powerhouse, Volume 3, with Breaking the Mold. But I survived. And my son had been telling me for years, he said, okay, Mom, I'm so proud of you, right? Okay, yeah. You got a chapter in this book. Okay, yeah. But what about your book, Mom? A chapter. Okay, Mom, for real. Like, I'm not minimizing it, Mom. That's a good thing. But what about you? And I was like, I know, Q, but this has given me even more courage to do that, right? And then as an editor, I get to nerd out And I am very, very, very particular about making sure that writers' stories sound like them and not me.
Mm-hmm.
So my edits are always suggestions. I suggest this, I suggest that. Some things are grammatical things that is like is not a compromise. Like
Right.
you need a semicolon right here, not a comma. No, you need a period. Let's make another sentence. Some of those things is like, we can't compromise on. But other things like maybe try this, maybe try that. I suggest this. And then I ask questions. What are you saying here? Like, I kind of understand where you're going, but what are you saying? And then they respond. And then, but again, make sure it sounds like them because it's your story. Some editors, I've been told, other people have worked with editors that just totally change their story and their thought. And that's not what I was trying to say. But that is not me, because it is your story and I want to make your story shine. You're gonna shine with just a little bit of love from LaQuetta to help it shine. So I'm thankful for it. Like, yeah, like I could do this interview about all of y'all stories, but I won't steal your shine. But I'm just so proud of you all. And like all of you all said, like this process, and that's what made me want to continue to work with Tiffany, because it is very organized. It's very organized. It's very structured. And we do it all with love. And then when you do something with love, like my sister Marlene, she is, and I am not being biased, she is a bomb caterer. And everything is from scratch. I didn't even know you can make pudding from scratch. Like, if she make banana pudding, she don't make her wafers from scratch. Not yet. But it's with love, and people can taste that. And, they continue to come back to her for her food. So this Girl Powerhouse Network is all with love, and just we continue to grow and continue to pour everything we have into it because it's all love. So I'm thankful to be a part of this as an editor, as well as finally stepping out on faith and sharing my story because I survived. So thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, sis. Man. Woo. And yes, LaQuetta and I, we flow through this. It's like, as she's reading the story, sometimes I'm like, okay, she'll ask me, did you read so-and-so story? No, not yet, because this one impacted me too much, so I can't do it. But I mean, there's so much power in this room. And again, I just want to thank you all. And y'all are just so courageous. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to cut to another quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back. And I want to hear a little snippet about, let's hear about these chapters. Let's give them a little bit about what they can expect. All right. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back. This is Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. We've got some of the amazing authors from the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse Volume 3, Breaking the Mold. So, ladies, let's give all the audience just a little bit about our stories. All right, just a little bit about your chapter. Don't give them everything, because we want them to go out and buy the book, right? We want them to help us become that #1 bestseller like the other two, okay? So let's go ahead. Let's start with you, Marlene. Just a little bit about your chapter.
A little bit about my chapter. Um, you will, it will help you realize in life that you have to be still when you go through stuff. We never be still to know that He is God for us to, to go through what we go through. We just always, I always tell my sister, I just been in that, you be in that survivor mode, and you never think about the process that you need to take on getting yourself back, getting back to know you, getting back, to your just everything about yourself. Because we do seem to forget about ourselves when we go through stuff, and just having the support, the family support, just your circle, and that's important. That you have that. So it's really very, how could I put it? I'm going to say it's humble because it taught me a lot. You don't ever think about it until the end. And I had to really take the time to get back to, counseling, at the last minute. You never think about stuff like that until you really sit down and be still and know, you know, understand your process. Because you never understand your process. And no matter how many you have, you just really have to just be patient and get to know you again.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Marlene. All right, Miss Janet, what about you? A little bit about your chapter?
So my chapter is, about, I guess, a very, I guess, traumatic event that happened in my 20s, that obviously kind of has shaped who I am and where I am now. It was very much a defining moment, and throughout that period of my life, like there was a bit of a shutdown going on. Like you got to keep going, you just got to get on with things. But when I reflect, like I guess, and that was part of the writing, I guess I want, the readers when they read my chapter to know that that experience made me reflect on life and where I was going. And I guess cliche, you only get one life, right? So you got to live it. There's no repeat button. There's things that you can go back on and fix and rectify and change who you are, but there really is no repeat on your life. Like we're here on this earth, we're obviously destined for a purpose. I believe God gives each and every one of us purpose. So my chapter was about that event that happened in my life and then making that event impactful, but impactful of like in a positive way. Okay, embracing life, grabbing it by both hands, living like, I guess, a fearless life, and just knowing that in doing that, what had happened was never going to happen again, but it was going to mold me to where I am now. And, I guess I don't have the fear that I had back in my 20s. And I think probably maybe some of the other authors will have the same feeling that when you go back and you look at those circumstances, the tragedies, the trauma, and then you're now at this point in your life, I think it's important to, like you said, like I think LaQuetta said it, like, and Marlene said it, be patient, be kind to yourself. And I also think learning to love yourself when something has been a defining moment in your life is coming out of that and saying, well, okay, I'm okay, and this is where I'm going, this is where I'm headed, and knowing that is your purpose and being comfortable. Like, this is my purpose, this is who I am, and learning to, I think women struggle with that period. So, we struggle with like learning to love ourselves, because then, we're dealing with people that say, well, that's, overconfidence, or it's, aggression, or it's, all those tags and all those labels that we wear. But, again, like I think I've stepped out and, I think this might help my book, and that tragedy that happened has made me realize that, yes, I have one life and I'm here. Like I'm here and I'm present and I'm participating in life because I choose to. And that participation has been awesome. And obviously getting me to where I can be now, and having been proud to come out and say, you know what, I actually like myself. I love myself, but I've still got more, and my story's still not finished.
Yes, yes. Love that. Yes. Thank you so much, Janet. All right, Miss Carrie, what about you?
Woo-wee. Well, I think the most interesting part about my chapter is what I learned about myself, because I started writing this book in 2016. And in 2016 is when a lot of things started to change for me. I went to this amazing conference, Lisa Nichols conference in California. And the name of the conference was Speaking Right to Make Millions. And I wanted to speak and I wanted to write. And I went with all my little pieces of paper and notebooks and everything. And I was ready to create this book. And, I came back and I just kind of spun off into a completely different direction.
Yeah.
So after, it came back full circle and I had the other two opportunities to write about my story. And then this one came up. I realized that this was the time to write it, because I was in a season in my life now that the full reflection of what I learned that I wrote about in my chapter was staring me in my face. Because one of the things that, the situation that happened to me, or the situation I found myself in, is, I was a very happy child. I was a very, I had, 2-parent household. My dad was a pastor, I had friends. All the friends on the road came to my house. Like, it was the it house. And I was, plenty of friends, plenty of people. But in my most vulnerable moment in my life, I found myself alone. And I also found myself wondering who was going to save me. But at the same time, I realized at that moment that, no one is responsible for my life but me. I'm the only one that's responsible for my life. The only one. No one, the cavalry ain't coming, the night ain't coming, the toad ain't kissing none of them. It's like, it's me. It's me, and I got to do what I got to do. But at the same time, when this opportunity came up, I realized that even though then I learned that lesson, now was the time to apply it. Because even though I learned it, I don't think I fully applied it until I was able to put it on paper. When I put it on paper and I read my story, is when I realized now I have to live it. Because the lesson that I learned, that was the best lesson that I ever learned, was the one that I found myself having to face and saying, okay, now it's time to put up or shut up. So really that my chapter is really about looking at yourself and saying, okay, a lot of things I've learned along the way, but have I been living what I've said I've learned? So, yes, that's pretty much where my chapter is. It's where it begins, but sure, it's not where my life is.
Yes, yes. Love that. Thank you so much, Carrie. All right, Miss LaQuetta, what about you? Give just a little taste.
Just a little taste. Okay, so my chapter is about my life after the accident. And just realizing that, because I guess I get it from my mom. I don't do things for accolades or for people to like cheer me on or sympathy or empathy. I just do what I have to do. And writing this chapter made me pause and be like, wow, like you are a very courageous woman.
That's right.
And I don't really see that. I just do what I have to do. And I keep hinting on survived. And again, I'm not going to share but I'm just very thankful that I did survive. Because what I went through, telling you, when I tell people what I went through, they're like, oh my goodness, LaQuetta, like you're a walking miracle.
Yeah.
And again, I just go back to, I don't believe in miracles. Everything happens for a reason. And it was meant for me to continue to be here.
Yeah.
It was meant for me to be able to continue to helped raise my son, who I can't believe he'll be 21 next month. Oh, I can't believe it. It was meant for me to meet this phenomenal network of women, right? It was meant for me to be here to encourage my sister to step out to share her story. Because even though it was different situations we went through, it was around the same time. We were going through things.
Yeah.
You know, it was meant for me to be able to be alive and to connect with Tiffany, to share my love of writing and editing and shaping people's stories. You know, it was meant for me to pause and realize, as my therapist, we were talking, because I always say, well, you know, I'm humbly thankful, or I humbly see. And she was like, no, LaQuetta, claim it. She was like, you are excellent at what you do. She said, so much we've taught to like not be proud, as if pride was such a bad thing. She's like, but it's a gift that the Heavenly Father has given us.
Right. That's right.
So that means that we are proud that he gave us this gift, and we're recognizing it, and we're accepting it, and we're walking in that. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? You are so right. So it is okay to say, I am, and I'm going to say it. I'm a badass at what I do. I am. And I survived in order to share that with people without, and it's okay. Cause you know, like we'll look at people and say, oh, they're arrogant, or but why don't we shift our mindset and say that they're confident? Yes. And they really are good at what they do. And how about connect with that person to figure out what they do to help you? And that's what the Girl Powerhouse, that's what we do in this network. We're not just saying this. Like literally, that's what we do. Yeah. And whether it's business, personal, like we help each other. And I love it. Like this is the first professional network that I've been in that we really, really look out for each other. Like one of the authors, we continue to message each other, and she's like, LaQuetta, like, I want to be your friend. Once this book is published, I was like, girl, you already my friend. You my sister. You stuck with me. So ain't no want to. Like, you stuck with me. You know, because like Carrie said it, Janet is not just her accountability partner. She has built a relationship, and they're friends now. Yeah. You know, so just my chapter just helped me to pause and just realize the reasons why he allowed me to, and it was purpose for me to survive what I've been through. And I'm just so thankful. I am. I'm thankful.
Oh, thank you so much, LaQuetta. And look, you are a badass. And just like Carrie said, you the GOAT. Okay, you are the GOAT in what you do, honey. Okay. I mean, because that's hard to edit and keep people's, voices the same. Girls, look, and all y'all are just brilliant in what you do, and celebrate that. Let people say, she conceded. No, I like you said, confident. Yes, I'm confident because guess what? God, the Most High, the universe, whatever you want to call it, made you this way. So celebrate it to its fullest, because all those gifts were not. They're on purpose. They weren't a mistake. So we gotta embrace it. And that's what I love about y'all. Y'all are embracing these gifts. And this community, yes, it is an authentic sisterhood. Because that's what I needed. I needed an authentic sisterhood. Those sisters that were not those ones out there. There are still mean girls out there. I'm sorry, but there are. Let's just be real. And we're not mean girls. We have so much love for each other. And just we're here for each other professionally. We're here for each other personally, and anything in between, because we've all come from different walks of life. We are all different ages. I mean, I think our youngest is 22, 23. Our oldest is almost 80. Look at that. Look at all that knowledge and wisdom right there. It's just amazing, ladies. So before we look, I need y'all to just give our audience some words of encouragement, words of wisdom, because there's some out there that are really like, oh my God, I hear y'all. I have a story too, but I don't know if I want to share it. So let's just go around the room and let's give some words of wisdom, words of encouragement for those out there, men and women. Okay, because yes, we are the Girl Powerhouse Network, but we are here to inspire the world. Okay, so give some words of wisdom, words of encouragement. We'll start with you, Marlene, and then also let them know how they can connect with you, especially if they are in your area and they need some amazing catering or some event servicing. Let them know exactly how they can contact you as well. So go ahead. Oh, you're muted.
Okay. Words of encouragement. Open your heart. Don't give up fighting. Don't give up hope. Because it's not the end, you know. Just because you have something or went through something, you never have to claim it. So don't claim it, don't own it, none of the above. Just don't. Use that word don't. And how to contact me is my business is Wonder Treats and Cafe. You can reach me through wondertreats.com or on Facebook. I'm on TikTok as well, all the above. wondertreatscafe.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marlene. All right, Janet, some words of wisdom, words of encouragement, also the way anyone can contact you and connect with you if they would like to connect.
I would just say to anybody out there that feels reluctant to share their story, to know hopefully they know now that there is a group of obviously women that have and probably men that are out there sharing their stories and not to be afraid. It's your story. It doesn't necessarily define you. It's just something that's happening in your life. But you obviously you feel like it's part of your life and you want to share that because it shapes who you are. So I would just say, don't be afraid. Just like we have, we're here today, we're networking, we're sharing our stories. When you are ready to tell your story, you'll know that obviously find a safe space to do that in. Surround yourself with, a group of people, men or women, that'll, help you get your story out. We'll be there, to listen and to hear about your story and obviously to kind of build you up, build your confidence up, and to step out into your purpose. Like I said, everyone has a story, but it doesn't mean that that's the story that you're going to tell for the rest of your life. Like it may be an event that's happened, something that, like I said, has made you who you are. You're breaking the mold. But then what next? So, I would just say to anybody that's thinking about telling their story that yes, to find that network, to find, the safe space, and it might not even be the people that you're closest to. It could be, again, new connections, new people where there's no judgment, there's no opinions, but those same people are going to be your support. They're going to take you across the line and get you where you need to be, so that you really are stepping into your full life. Because, like I said, you get one life. So, surround yourself with people that love you, but also going to help you kind of step out and love yourself. Because I always say, love yourself first and foremost, and then you really are being true and authentic to who you are. So that's kind of my words of wisdom. And, obviously I'm doing HR. I'm obviously collaborating with a couple of people right now where we will obviously look at doing some consulting and, again, putting the human back into human resources. So people can get in contact with me on LinkedIn. Obviously my name on LinkedIn is Janet Gilchrist-Perez, or Facebook.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Janet. All right, Carrie, words of wisdom, words of encouragement, and how they can get in touch with you.
Absolutely. So I think my main words of wisdom would be spend more time on you than you spend on anything else. And when I say anything else, I mean anything else.
Mm.
Because within you comes everything that will ever be produced through you. And if it's not pure, then nothing you produce will be pure.
Mhm.
Think about a plant. When you think about a plant and when it sprouts, everything that comes out of that one stalk comes out of that one stalk. Literally over and over and over and over and over. That plant keeps producing leaf after leaf after leaf. And it all comes from the inside of the seed. And the seed starts off really, really, really tiny. Everything that you need is within you. So the
Mm.
more you spend on you, the more pure everything that you produce will be. You don't have to worry about the outside forces because if you prune yourself in such a way, everything that you need will gather around you. The sun, the good people, right? The rain, the experiences that we gather, the fertilizer, can I cuss on here?
Yeah, yeah. We
Shit
real.
go through. You know what I mean? We all have that fertilizer that comes along, whatever, but we got to put that shit to good use.
That's right.
And I promise you, everything that you have within you. So spend more time with you than you spend with anybody else. So if you want to get in contact with me, the best way to just I just opened up my new business email, so it's a perfect time to share it. Is planting seeds at atbaimpactgroup.com. So email me there if you want to contact me, if you just want to have a conversation. And don't nobody have conversations like Carrie had conversations.
Okay.
Get in touch with me, even if it's not something business wise. If it's just something that you want to talk about because you just have an idea of something that you want to share, I'm open for that too, because I'm always open for a good live conversation. So you can also find me on Facebook. My name on Facebook is Carrie Irene Crosby, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Carrie. All right, LaQuetta.
So, as I alluded to a little earlier, is to step out on faith. As the Bible says, faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things unseen. And that's all I have, is to step out on faith and to trust the process. Because whatever your religious beliefs are, there is a higher power. And if I didn't believe in that, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't. Because so many times I wanted to give up. But I knew that I had a purpose for living. And one of my purposes was the love of my life, my son, because he was a blessing. Because I didn't think I could have children. So faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen, is my words of encouragement. To reach me, you can reach me on my website, www.laquitaslaughter.life, or my email is info@laquitaslaughter.life. I have a Facebook, but I don't be on Facebook, so I ain't gonna say reach me on Facebook. But if you want to, maybe you can just send me a message on Messenger, because I don't really be on like Facebook. And I'm also on LinkedIn as under my name, LaQuetta Walker. Unalignable. LaQuetta Walker unalignable as well.
That's where we met. That's where we connected, me and LaQuetta unalignable. So awesome. Well, thank you, ladies, so very much for just joining me, for connecting, for sharing a little part of you today with our audience, and for sharing a part of yourselves to the world in Becoming a Girl Powerhouse Anthology Volume 3, Breaking the Mold. I cannot thank you all enough for just stepping into that power and purpose and really stepping outside the box to be just completely fearless in sharing your story. And anyone out there that is ready to share your story, definitely connect with me. We are ready to help you share your story. We're ready as a sisterhood to help you to just step into your brilliance. So ladies, thank you so much for joining me. Everyone, look for the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse Volume 3. It's going to be coming out the end of this month, and you will see more of these ladies because look, get used to these faces and get used to #1 bestseller. All right, ladies, I will see y'all soon. Everybody take care. Love you so much. All right, bye-bye.
Take it to the next level.